Welcome to Instant Discussions.
Hi, I'm Tony.
I'm John. And
Merry Christmas.
that's Steffan. Nope, we're done with October now. We're done with the long train of horror films.
The whores.
And now we're on to a thriller. Though it's still considered a horror film by some.
It's in the scary movie section sometimes.
Yeah. It has horror elements. They consider it horror, but it's a thriller film with elements of crime and horror. That's there. Most interesting for the fact that it's considered a horror is only because
Everyone's watched it.
Well, yeah, it is the only Best Picture film to be considered a horror. That's considered a horror film. The only Best Picture winner.
Yep.
The second to be nominated after The Exorcist.
Because it's actually a good movie.
Yeah. Got tons of nominations and everything, but it's a surprising thing, and it's going to be
The very best.
It's gonna be a long time before you see another horror film nominated for Best Picture, especially
Saw
with the current
8 coming up.
line of shaky cam movies and all of that stuff. That's not gonna you're not gonna see it happen.
No.
Maybe Cabin in the Woods, but it's,
Nope.
What?
No.
Best Picture, Cabin in the Woods.
Nope.
All right, 1991 film, Silence of the Lambs. We've all seen this one before, so we're coming back to something familiar. Thank you, Tony, for doing this.
I think actually what happened was my mom said I couldn't watch the movie, but I could if I read the book.
Oh.
And then I got halfway through and I hated reading. And she was so proud of me because I never read. She's like, You tried.
That happened to me with another movie, or with the book when in class we were reading Heart of Darkness in high school, and I couldn't get into it. It was like, nah, I can't. And then my teacher told me, that's the basis for Apocalypse Now. I was like, oh. So I watched Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
And then I read the book, and I was like, this book's awesome. I love this book. But I had to watch the film, and I had a more understanding of what's going on and everything there. So this is with films and cinema. I think the other ones were. Do you read Fight Club and Clockwork Orange?
Oh yeah.
So continuing our Netflix book club and the different book adaptations that we've done.
Yes, I've read the book.
Silence and Liz.
Well, I actually had read Poultrygeist, so
We agreed we're never going to talk about that again.
Steffan.
Silence of the Lambs, which had a budget of $19 million.
Held up for me. I haven't seen this movie in a long
Totally
time.
holds up.
Totally held up.
Yeah.
It's not a super
disappointment.
not a super old movie.
But when's the last time you watched it, though?
Actually,
Oh.
I watched it a few years ago at UCLA, and it was presented by. They had a Q&A afterwards with Anthony Hopkins.
What?
So the best thing about it was he was in the theater the whole time, and he was sitting in the row behind me in the theater. So I was watching Silence of the Lambs, and Hannibal Lecter sitting right behind me. So
Can I have some popcorn?
look back and he's here. He was doing that. He actually got in at one point in the interview. He got into character and did that just the whole audience. They were freaking them out, and it was beautiful. It was really beautiful to see him do that. He's a brilliant actor.
Holy shit!
And
money.
It's crazy because this film is not about him.
No.
Like he's not the main antagonist in the
Bill.
film. He's not the lead protagonist in the film. This is Jodie Foster. He's a consultant. He's just the guy, like the shoe shine guy that they go to get information from. He's the guy gives the informant in the parking structure.
Like this Huggy Bear?
Yeah.
He's the guru. He's the teacher.
Yeah.
He's the mentor figure and the anti-hero.
But he is the person from Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah.
Like when you think of Silence of the Lambs, when anyone thinks of Silence of the Lambs, it's Anthony Hopkins and Hannibal Lecter.
I think it moths.
Is that Dead Moths?
I think a very big fat person. I like Precious. Precious is my favorite character. Oh, what happens to Precious?
I hate that dog. I wish you would have snapped his neck.
Love it.
And you know what? I kept on thinking about that dog. Like, dog, do you know what your owner's doing? Like, and you know that dog just loved the shit out of its owner, but he was so evil. I don't know.
I don't think the dog knew. I think the dog's getting fed and the dog's well taken care of.
No, I know, but it's just
it's
like if you only knew, you stupid puppy.
But he's not torturing animals.
Same with that cat, though. That cat in the window at the beginning is just watching this.
Cats
the
are-
owner.
Yeah, cats are dicks though.
Yeah.
The owner.
We all know cats are dicks.
I love cats, but cats are dicks.
Oh, you have a cat too.
I love cats.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up with kids. You're great.
Me too, and I'm like, anyway.
So this film, which introduced everyone to the term quid pro quo, another
Quid pro
Pid Quo.
Mm-hmm.
Like on The Simpsons.
So the first time you watched this, you had to read the book before you were allowed to watch it.
Yeah, so the first time I watched it, I think I was like in 8th grade.
I don't know how young I was when I first watched it. It's one of the earlier horror films that I saw, and it wasn't until years later of rewatching it that I actually, because when you're young enough and you don't remember certain things that you don't get, like if you don't get it, you just kind of don't remember it. So as she's walking through the prison cells. Didn't remember that stuff. Maybe I saw a TV edited version. Maybe I don't know. I didn't remember that stuff. That
when he pulls a Spider-Man.
Also the line that the guy says next to him.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, the Spider-Man when you get the semen and throw it at somebody like that.
Oh, okay.
I call it Silence of the Lambs. I don't know.
Oh well.
Wait, no, that's when you skin someone and wear their clothes suit.
Yeah.
And tuck and then play Goodbye
You
Horses.
fuck me.
Yeah, play Goodbye Horses. I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me so hard.
Also parodied in
And
Clerks 2.
I was gonna say, was I the only one who kept on thinking about
Jay from
Joe Dirt?
No, I didn't.
Really?
I never think of that movie.
Oh, I love that movie. He's like, man, give me my Auto Trader. He's like,
No.
put some lotion on the skin.
Well, interesting point with the voice though for that is for Family Guy. Seth Green, when he went in to read for the audition for that for Chris, he's didn't really know what to do for a voice.
Oh,
so he's like, well, what if I read it
that.
as Buffalo Bill?
I heard about that. Yeah.
I can see that because the first couple episodes.
The first couple episodes, he
He's like,
really
yeah.
sounds like that, and then he kind of goes away from it.
Yeah,
but
well, like all
but
the
that's
characters.
that's the basis that you have for that character is Chris is Buffalo Bill.
Makes sense.
And they even make the reference later in Family Guy where he does the Goodbye Horses moment. Yeah. Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me.
Another film with anagrams.
Hey, anagram.
Yeah, they come back here. Lewis Friend, Iron Sulfide, Fool's Gold.
There's a lot of anagrams.
I'm very bad at anagrams.
Yeah, if you were Jodie Foster's character and Hannibal Lecter's Johnny Those Clothes, you're gonna just be completely lost.
Yeah, I'm just.
And he's like, you're wasting time. It's like, no, Hannibal Lecter, you're wasting time.
Dickhead.
You're giving us these anagrams to solve. Just tell us the damn
So
answer.
what's the sounds of the? What's that anagram for? The sounds of the lambs.
Nah.
It's the lambs of.
Wouldn't you have to go with the actual novel's name for the anagram?
Oh.
No, it's the novel's same name. Never mind. I keep thinking of because of all the other ones. It's a sequel to the novel Red Dragon. But Red Dragon was 2 different movies. The first one was Manhunter, which was the first.
Which was not as good.
It's an interesting film.
Not as good.
Have you seen any other Hannibal Lecter movies?
Nope.
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 Yeah, not as good.
No, I like some of the other ones, but
They relied a lot of heavy on the visuals.
did you
too.
see Red Dragon, the other version?
The other one with Edward?
Yeah, didn't he
Yeah.
feed brains to someone?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
doing that thing.
Feed
like,
his own brain to himself.
There's Hannibal Rising, Red Dragon, and Manhunter. I'll do their
I've seen
films.
some of them.
Not in that order. I've seen all of them because I love the movie. The other ones are interesting. I think Hannibal Rising is the most interesting. You see a lot of the background of that. Red Dragon is just a remake of Manhunter. But Manhunter was the first one. That one you have more of Hannibal Lecter outside before
Before he got caught.
Before he got caught.
You know,
And Hannibal Rising is just all of his story. Anyway, that the actor who played Hannibal in Manhunter, they reached out to him to play the role in Silence of the Lambs, and turned it down or something. I could look up the Wikipedia, but that's just going from what I'd heard more for that. So it wouldn't have been the iconic Anthony Hopkins in the role if it had gone as planned.
now, does Anthony Hopkins just have crazy eyes, or did he just put on crazy eyes? Because he had crazy eyes.
I think, yeah,
That weird stare thing.
it's the type of thing that I think he puts on in character.
Because it looks so good.
Because he can just
And
be a
looks
normal
away
eyes.
A little bit and just-
There's a few characters where he does the eyes. And I always heard the story about him not blinking in that scene, and he's totally blinking, but he goes for a long time without blinking. Definitely stares for a long time. The other people that they had approached for the role, Sean Connery,
Oh my god.
Um,
that would have been
awful.
Then they got Anthony Hopkins. They also considered Derek Jacobi and
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Holy shit.
But he was busy making shoes.
And then there was,
Yeah, based on
the
what he
Elephant
did in The Elephant Man. So
Wait, he was in The Elephant Man?
yeah,
Who was he?
I think it was the Doctor. To look that up.
Daniel Day-Lewis
He wasn't John
would have been
Murdoch.
like...
No, he wasn't John Merrick. Frederick Treves.
Okay, was it? That's interesting.
Daniel Day-Lewis would have been so intense, so...
Yes,
That would have been,
yes, he would have. I think
that would have been an interesting choice, I think.
those were all interesting choices. Sean Connery to me would.
Yeah,
he's
it's
too much of
Sean
another
Connery.
character. And that's the thing is now, I mean, when you put Anthony Hopkins in there, you keep seeing Hannibal in other movies too. Like it keeps a little hint of that role in there. But Sean Connery would have been the thing where he's too much Bond and
Yeah, and now he's
so
a bad... Yeah, it just doesn't work.
It didn't work, but Daniel Day-Lewis definitely can slide into any role. That would have
Yeah, I
worked.
can.
He would have been creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
I like Anthony Hopkins.
yeah. I think he definitely did the role wide. I like Jodie Foster in this movie.
I almost wanted to
Really good job in it.
take out a president just to
I
like
Jodie
impress
Foster
her.
in this movie a lot.
She does a lot of good roles. So and some of the later stuff, I don't know, but the
Looking very lesbian-ish.
kind of. I mean, in retrospect,
Totally lesbian-ish.
in retrospect, because knowing about her now,
With
but
his simple shoes.
but not really on that one. I wouldn't say so.
She was wearing all brown. Lesbians only wear brown.
Well, that may be true, but still. This was nominated for Best Actor and won. It won Best Actress, won Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Director, Best Picture. How dare they don't give it film mixing or film editing and sound mixing? How dare they?
That is...
That's a lot of
That
awards.
was impressive.
I mean, wow.
Yeah. Yep. So what are your favorite parts about the movie?
All the iconic stuff that they have parodied and
Yeah.
everything.
Every time Hannibal Lecter talks, I love it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love
and
this
it's
speech
just
about
Hannibal
when he's,
Lecter,
when he's
yeah.
digging into her stuff, and then
Yeah, when he's fucking with people.
Love
Yes.
your suit.
Yeah. When he's messing with people. Get it, toughen up your nibble. And I was like,
One more thing, Senator. Love the suit.
This
nice
was-
Chianti with fava beans.
It was nominated against in Best Picture Beauty and the Beast,
Ooh, tough.
Bugsy,
Meh.
JFK, and The Prince of Tides.
Oh, I guess it wasn't that good of a year.
Not super strong, but I mean, those are still decent
Thelma and Louise.
films.
Thelma and Louise was that year?
Yeah,
Yeah,
best
didn't know.
director Ridley Scott, but he lost because
Brad Pitt first showing up as a sexy.
Oh, the
sex
Fisher
man.
King was that year as well.
Robert De Niro and Cape Fear. That's
Ooh.
another thing we saw.
That was a
So
good
that's as we talked before. That's where Fisher King won for Best Supporting Actress. So they didn't really have a supporting actress in this one.
No, they did
No.
not.
So
City Slickers was that
City
year.
Slickers. Not only was City Slickers that year, it won for Best Supporting Actor.
Barton
That's
Fink.
crazy.
Barton Fink.
How could Barton?
Oh, you know one thing I really liked
Alright,
that
so
I
there were
remember?
good films that year.
There were good films.
One
Yeah.
thing I remember that I really liked when I was younger
Yeah.
is the whole scene at the end where it's like, oh shit, they're at his
Yes.
house, and you're like, oh fuck, that's not his house, and you're like, that was good.
I like that. I love Hannibal's escape.
Yeah, oh god, his
Was-
escape is amazing.
Brilliant.
Right when you see him looking for the pen, you're like, oh
Yes.
shit, because he was like
The one
looking at
little
the entire
thing in
time.
there. But goes from the pen to how he takes out the guards to the
And he had it
strung
all
up
super
little
like,
angel guy there.
but you know he had
going,
every
and
single part of that plan.
Yeah,
the way
yeah.
completely planned.
he knew exactly how they would react to what he said and did.
Yeah, and the face.
Yeah,
This
take
guy's
his
still
face,
alive,
oh
so
my
I'm gonna
God.
get him there.
Yeah, and the way he convulses and he's like, oh, so great. And then the very end when he's like, I have dinner with an old friend.
Yeah.
and you're like,
I'm. It's not dinner with an old friend. He's had
have an old friend for dinner.
Yeah, that's it.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck
Come
you.
on.
I'm like, I know the pun is.
It's a cookbook.
No, how to cook for humans. All right.
No, there's a little more space dust on there. How to cook 40 humans.
You know when we say you're too smart for your own good?
This was also made into Silence, the musical, an unauthorized
Oh,
parody
God.
musical adaptation, of course, because everything's made into a
No,
musical.
I prefer Cannibal the Musical.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Simpsons when they did this episode? They did an episode based on this movie. Instead of being a cannibal, the kid would toilet paper piece people's houses.
Oh, that.
Yes,
so
yes.
and he talks to Officer Bar Brady. Yes, my uncle.
So you mean South Park, right?
South Park, yeah, not Simpsons.
That's what I said.
That's what you said, yeah.
Sure.
Controversy in this.
What?
Yeah, accusations of homophobia and sexism. Upon its release, Silence of the Lambs was criticized by numerous LGBT community members by not having a female lead who is part of the LGBT community. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. For the portrayal of Buffalo Bill as bisexual and transsexual. In response to critiques, the director replied that Buffalo Bill wasn't a gay character. He was a tormented man who hated himself and wished he was a woman because he would have made him as far away from himself as he possibly could be.
They explain that in the movie.
Yeah, they clearly do. Like, because that's one of the things that it's brought up in the film.
Yeah.
She has all these. Jodie Foster's character has all these notions. Clarice has all these notions about why he does it. So first it was like, why does he skin them? Oh, it's because he's keeping a trophy. It's like, no, think further than that. All right, what about his mental health? Or what was this? Oh, transsexual. Oh, because he wants to do this. No, you're getting it wrong. And they clearly.
He actually says no, he's not a transsexual. And then he explains what's going on. So you see how these gay people are? They're so dumb. Oh God.
I'd say that
bunch of idiots.
I'd say there are people that will look at something without fully understanding it but get offended by it.
Yeah. Like all Americans these days.
They just
Jesus Christ.
they don't take the time to understand completely what's going on.
Sometimes reactions are a bit bigger than
which is actually shown in the
than
film
they should be.
too. I mean, people jump into conclusions with these things.
Oh, you know what's really weird too? That I forgot and wasn't expecting? All the swastikas. There's a lot of swastikas.
I don't think I picked up on that as much.
Really?
Yeah.
He had swastikas on the wall. His bed sheet, or not the sheet, the blanket had a big swastika. So there was 3 scenes where you see swastikas in the background. Which makes me just wonder more, it goes into his character.
Despite its pacing, it definitely took its time with its pacing.
I was okay with it.
But I didn't mind it. Yeah. No, it was
No,
great.
yeah. It was properly.
Because I could see how someone might say that, it was a little slow or whatever. But I'm like, no, the pacing was good.
Yeah, I didn't feel it slow at all. I mean, it starts out with her running and going through the things. It's a slow build in some way, but it's establishing different things about her.
No, yeah, I'm not complaining at all.
I have a question for you guys. What did you think about her accent?
She had an accent? It felt like, I don't know, to me it's Jodie Foster. It just sounds like...
Yeah, I felt like...
It sounds like that character, so...
Oh, I thought her accent could have been better.
Okay.
I think that she was consistent, though.
She was consistent, but, I don't know.
It didn't seem like too strong of an accent.
Yeah.
And then he says you're trying to hide your accent. Remember that scene? I'm like, no, she's not. It's right
maybe
there.
Who knows how crazy her accent was before that?
Right, yeah. See, that was a poorly... See, that's why you thought the accent was bad. It was on purpose. It was a choice made by the actress because her character had a bad accent that she was trying to do.
Maybe.
Because it didn't change after that.
With your fancy bag.
No, he had an accent. He had a strong accent.
I was fine with his... I don't even know how he really talks, but I was fine with his entire performance. I loved it.
A lot of things for that, too, is that this is how we know them. And because this has become iconic. But also, as we were saying, with this holding up, there's a lot of other films that we've talked about that we loved when we were younger, and we watch it again, and it doesn't hold up with that. But, I mean, of course, with it winning all those awards, too, though, some of the others did it the same way.
If this has to be fresh, right?
It's got a 2% on Rotten Tomatoes. No, it's got 90-something. Let me see. 94. 94% on Rotten Tomatoes.
No, it doesn't make sense.
Why?
6% said no.
Oh, yeah.
Those are the 6% that like terrible things.
It was out of 69 critics.
Yeah.
69.
All right, do your math, because 69 critics.
I don't know how many people are
6% of
are just dumb.
What's 6% of 69?
Assholes is 4. 4 people said no.
Yeah, what 4 people were like, you know what? I didn't care for this movie. And you're like, shut up, you fucking asshole.
Yeah, that means that they'd give it a 2 or a 1.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
No, actually 3 or 1.
3's a like it.
No, 3.5. The way that Rotten Tomatoes works is it has to be 3.5 stars.
Oh, okay.
3.5 and above is
So then they would have given
3 below.
3.
So
Wait, it's out of 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the odd thing, because I give a lot of movies 3 stars and that I like, and so those would be considered negative reviews.
It still feels kind of nuts to give this movie a 3.
Yeah, it does.
Should lock them.
I think they've got to have. It's those people are probably the critics that are the ones that are against like the LGBT portrayal of that. The people that were offended in some way. I think that's got to be what it is.
Sitting in there,
because if you
that's weird though.
If you get offended, I think that you can get offended by some things. But if you're not,
rating a movie based on the fact that you were offended by it is bizarre.
Oh, people do that all the time.
Yeah,
I know, but I don't think it's.
But as far as just filmmaking goes,
conducive.
then you can't be against this thing.
It's not conducive to good filmmaking.
You know,
I love the depth that they get into about the psychology.
That was fun.
That's some of the brilliant thing, and like what makes
the symbolism of everything.
Yeah,
it's just fun.
I really love that stuff in there, and also it plays into. I mean, they don't call it's not really a horror film. They call it horror in some ways. It's a thriller, and I love that because it's all about the psychology of a person and what a person can do and how horrible they could be. So,
one thing I thought was funny is that you start to really, or at least I didn't like Hannibal's character, and even though you really think back and what he said, the horrible shit he's done, you're still kind of rooting for him
because he's on the side of the protagonist to help out, though with his own self-interest. I mean, he's stuck in that cell for the rest of his life. He knows that. He wants to make his life a little better. Also wants to escape and be able to do what he wants. But we, because I think part of it we don't see his brutality until the end.
Yeah.
There. So for the most part of that, it's just we know that he's done these things, but he's really intelligent.
But even then, when he's doing that brutality, it's just so it's like an orchestra. It's just like ding.
It is artistically done. Very artistically done on that. So yeah, we shouldn't like him because of the violence.
But then he's such a nice, polite guy sometimes. Yeah. I like what she says at the end where she's like, it wouldn't be polite.
Yeah.
Remember, she's like, aren't you afraid? He's like, I don't know how to put it. It wouldn't be polite.
Yeah.
And that kind of sums up he's a crazy man, but he have this weird manners. I don't even know.
He's got manners. He's got manners to him. And yeah. Have you watched the Hannibal TV show?
TV show, no. Is that good?
I've only seen 2 episodes of it.
Didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, it's on NBC. I've seen
yes,
yeah.
I remember now.
Yeah, Hannibal. It's been on for a few seasons now. I saw 2 episodes of it that I really liked, and I meant to watch some more. But I think most of it is just that character of Hannibal and how great it is, and the elegance that he portrays with the horrible monster that he is. Like it's that mix there. Like
he just has a taste for human.
Yeah,
he's a polite guy. Otherwise,
yeah.
Until he rips into you for. No reason. All of a
yeah,
sudden.
I mean, no, he's not. He's got a switch. He's not a good person. But
yeah, he has a switch.
But you can't help but like him.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, he's terrible. All right, star ratings on this.
5.
Yeah, this one is already rated for me a solid gold 5.
Yeah,
all the way.
Really good
on there.
Held up.
What's it gonna be?
No, he's gonna do
5.
5.
5 stars. Yeah. All right.
This movie's classic.
Yep.
Amazingness.
Such a relief to watch this movie.
After last week's.
After a few of the last films, but
after last week's rape.
All 5s, yeah.
Our eye raping.
We didn't watch Crystal Skull.
Oh, too soon.
That had some redeemable parts in it. Okay.
At the beginning, you know what? Well, besides, never mind.
We'll talk about Crystal Skull. We'll talk about Crystal Skull some other time. All right. So next week, I just go quick out with this. Chaplin. I believe that's what it's called. I'm gonna look it up. It's from 1992. It's from the year after.
Is it starring Charlie Chaplin?
No. 1992. You don't know your Chaplin history well enough. They're gonna do this. This film, if you haven't heard of it, have you seen Chaplin?
No, I haven't.
Chaplin. It recently added to Netflix.
Are you like Malcolm-ing it? Chaplin.
Have you seen this?
No, I might have. Who is that? Who's the actor?
It might be a little guy named Robert Downey Jr.
Yep.
Oh yeah. I think I've seen this.
Yeah.
I don't think I liked it.
It has some connections to this last film. It also has Anthony Hopkins in it.
I like him.
And it's directed by the late Richard Attenborough. So we'll talk about.
Apparently 4.9 is what
What's your recommendation for it? All right. So
Ooh, Trailer Park Boys.
check. Nope, not that. I'm sorry. Although we could tell you were watching Trailer Park Boys next week, and then you'll tune in. Something like that. All right, Chaplin next week. Thanks for watching this one. Bye, everyone.
Blazam!